Hey everybody, welcome again to another exciting adventure with yours truly, Mr. Derek T. Stevens. T stands for Too Awesome to Be True, and my sidekick right here, my handler, who I call Mr. Nelson Shaka Khan Dusty Pants. We are both here today wearing our bunny slippers, cowboy hats, and our thongs. Mine is red, his is blue, and we are both pasty white, so we are just all about red, white, and blue and being patriotic. Nelson, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Oh, I thought you were muted again, man. Like, what the crap? All right, hey, man, there's so much going on, guys. We've got tons of stuff to go through tonight. And a quick recap of last week's work. What we're going to present tonight, we're going to present some city shots of what the town square are going to look like. I've piggybacked on what Sid has been doing. I've been watching her on Facebook. Sid has got some amazing stuff. And speaking of that, is Sid there, Mr. Nelson?
Sid?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. And I was a little nervous about that, but Sid's got some fabulous stuff. I can't wait to see what Steve's art team has created. I am going to create tonight yet another part of the art team. We're growing as a population and as a studio. We are a studio. Would you say that, Mr. Shaka Khan Dusty Pants?
I would say that.
I would say that, yes. And what I like to do is, I'll kind of throw that out there in a little bit, but all the people that are listening right now, you've got to be interactive. I want your input, I want your feedback, I want your thoughts, and I need artists. Again, you don't have to, you can draw a stick figure, but as long as you convey your ideas, I will hook you up with an artist who will do some cool stuff for you. So why don't you do, if you can, bring in Steve and all my other art leads. That would be Steve and Sid at the moment. Can you do that?
Yeah, Steve, Sid, and...
Just Steve and Sid for the moment.
All right.
Hell, bring in Mr. Ray too. Ray's his own art studio. Mr. Ray is a Renaissance man who can do anything. And for those who are just joining us, Mr. Ray has written a great backstory. I talked to Chelsea, not to be confused with Sid, because I often do that. I talked to, what's her face? I lost it. Shit. Here I go. Chelsea today. We will have not one but two comic book pages done by Wednesday. Come heck or high water, because I will beat her with a wet noodle if it is not done. And Mr. Ray is responsible for all the writing of the pre-story and coming up with some brilliant ideas, but also piggybacking on all that, we have come up with some great collaborative ideas. And that's why everybody else is here right now. So is my art team here. Mr. Steve Curtis, are you here?
What do you want?
You need to turn your volume up, dork. At least I don't hear Ty. I was talking to Steve last night. Steve and I were talking. We had some 3D Buzz stuff to do last night. In the background, Ty's like, "No! Oh my God! Whoa!" He's like playing some new game. I'm like, "Shut the kid up." I love Ty. If you can hear me, tell him I love him. Is Sid here?
She's unmuted, but she might be
Sid,
muted on her end.
Hello, this is Sid, and I love Derek so much. He's so awesome.
I could bring Chelsea in and just we can pretend that she said.
Is Chelsea here tonight? Bring Chelsea in too. Mr. Ray, you here?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I barely. Can you turn yourself up just a little bit? I'm sorry. Maybe it's my old ears here.
Let me see if I can. I'm not sure.
Maybe I should just really turn up my volume instead of it's all your fault and Steve's fault. It's easy to be Steve's fault. Let me turn up my volume here. Yeah, mine's kind of down low. All right. I think you'll be fine.
Can you hear me well now?
I can hear you like you're in the next room singing songs of angels.
Okay, so when we get to the point that works for you, I've been thinking that maybe our first page should be a splash page, and I've done some thinking about what it might look like.
Interesting. And I say that could work because, Chelsea, are you here?
I'm here.
Because I'm going to spill the beans here, right? I love Chelsea.
Oh, you're going to tell on me.
I'm going to tell on you. Chelsea has some really great stuff, seriously almost done.
I had it done, and it got overwrote. And now it's like half done again.
She's a dork, and she had it half overwrote. So I say this to say that maybe, because it's only half done again, if we're going to open up the splash page, we can do that. Otherwise, I'd say we can't do that because I don't want the artist to redo something.
I don't know what splash page is.
No, the splash page wouldn't cause any of the other pages to be redone. It would be
Gotcha.
It would be just the opening journey to Alethea, and it would set up what Alethea is about and the whole concept of the Alethians and the Silicon life. And
I
then
see.
Go into the story exactly the way it was.
All right, well, here's the dealio then. I will handle the splash page unless there's another artist out here with us who wants to do that. And Sid, crap, I just did it. Really? Chelsea will handle page 1 and 2. Therefore, we'll have 4 pages done by next class time. Isn't that right, Miss Chelsea?
What?
What?
Sorry, I was doing something.
I said I will handle the splash pages, and
Okay.
So I will have 2 pages done. Also, many card art pages done, and possibly another art job that I've been negotiating with before class. And all you need to do is be your beautiful, awesome self and get 2 pages done by next class. You can do that, right?
I'm going to try and do that.
I noticed today when we were talking and not really negotiating, I wasn't really yelling, but in my mind I was. I said there is no try, there is do or do not, said Master Yoda, who is bald just like me. And if I had pointed ears, I would so frickin' rock them with lots of earrings. And that was the last message you sent me. You're like, yeah, whatever. Then
I was babysitting. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were mad at me.
I was babysitting since like 7-something 8-something this morning. So.
Gotcha. So we will really have comic book pages for you next week, okay? And I'm writing that down right now. I'm not even fooling. Here, hear my mic? Writing this down. 2 pages. Mr. Ray, you need to send me your splash page ideas on Skype, and I will start on them ASAP.
Okay, now I have also tinkered in minor ways with the stuff for the first 5 pages, which really with the splash page, it's now 6 pages. And so I can put that somewhere where everyone can access it if you want. I can put it in Dropbox, or I can email it to the appropriate people, or Skype it to the appropriate people.
Let's go ahead and email it to the appropriate people, because I really want to keep it kind of on the down low from the general population. I want it to be a surprise. Because, and here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Again, going back to Mr. Nelson Shaka Khan Dusty Pants with This is a Studio. I'm going to do the pencils for the splash pages, the first splash pages. Chelsea's going to do page 1 and 2. That means I need an inker. And I also, Wolf is going to be, Mr. Wolf Knightley will be dropping color and tones on the pages. And then I need a letterer. So if you can raise your hand right now, your pages and your work are going to be seen by 3D Buzz. We're retooling lots of stuff. And, ow, really, Nelson? Again, if you didn't know that, when I stayed down at 3D Buzz's a couple of weeks ago, Nelson implanted this small little device in my head every time I want to say something I shouldn't. He pushes the damn button. There's lots of stuff going on, but I can guarantee that people in the industry, meaning lots of people, will be seeing your pages and your work. So if you have any interest in helping out, go ahead and raise your hand right now. And if you don't raise your hand, kittens will cry, and it will be your fault. Mr. Nelson, do you see anybody raising their hand just yet?
We got an Eve.
Well, go ahead and bring Eve in here.
There we go. And we have a Miguel.
Good Abend, Eve. Kommen Sie her und tanzen mit mich. I told her to come dance with me. Touch my monkey, spank it. Okay, seriously. Welcome to Sprockets.
Kind of hard right now.
You're very low, Eve. Can you turn your volume up?
I try. Damn. Oh, Settings.
As he figures her computer out. Miguel, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, Derek.
How you doing, buddy?
Fine.
So did you get the cowboy hat I sent you, bunny slippers and thongs, so you can be part of the crowd?
Yes, of course.
Hells yeah! Okay, listen. Nelson and I are red, white, or red and blue. You got the white stuff. So you got the white bunny slippers, the white thong, and the white cowboy hat. We are now red, white, and blue. Very happy to have you along with Miguel.
So is it better now?
Very good. Thank you. Bitteschön. Are you volunteering or you have stuff you want to show us?
Both. I just wrote to Nelson that if you need 2 pages inked, I could do that for next week.
You are super sexy cool in all sorts of ways. All right, what I want you to do, and again, this is kind of on the fly. Chelsea.
Yep.
I need a commitment. You will get these 2 pages done, correct?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, the first page
I
needs to be
can't be for sure.
first page needs to be done ASAP, and we will get you Eve's link or her email address. You'll scan it, you'll send it to her, and she'll ink it. And after inking, Wolf Nightly, of course, will drop color and tones on it. I'll go ahead and handle the inking and the pencils on my end for the splash pages. But how cool would it be to, without the lettering, I can't get the lettering and the coloring in just yet in that short amount of time because of other commitments, and I know you have commitments as well. But to have 4 pages to show everybody next week, I think we can do this. Can I have a hell yeah, Steve?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Your dad just said you can do it, so you can do it. My Lipton, you're on like Donkey Kong. You will be inking. Well, actually, wait, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. You work digitally, don't you, though, Chelsea? All digital.
Yep.
So you don't really need an inker, so you can like your flow with your pen, line weight, thick to thin.
No.
You don't do that?
Well, like it's kind of like with it's supposed to make the lines darker or lighter depending on how much pressure I give it.
Okay.
I cannot figure out how to get that to work. It won't work. I've messed with all the settings that say anything about the pen pressure affecting that, and it just does nothing.
Okay, well, that is a 5-minute tutorial to 10-minute tutorial that I will sort out for you very shortly, like in a couple weeks. All right, so then you and my Lipton here, Miss Eve, you guys hook up and get that stuff done ASAP.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah,
Right.
I think I actually got her on Facebook, so.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think so.
Eve, real quick, tip to the hat to you. How's the job coming along?
You mean the one I started? Yeah, it's okay. I'm now on sick leave.
What?
Yeah. 2 days ago, I basically woke up at 5 to go to work and couldn't move my left leg properly, lift it or anything. I think.
Well, thank God it wasn't your drawing hand. No, I'm teasing. I'm serious.
No, I think a month ago it was kind of my hand that I couldn't use for 4 days, couldn't hold a pen, and now I think I pinched a nerve or something. I was to my doctor's getting shots in the back for
Ouch.
it. Friday I have to go to another one to look at it if it's really a nerve or it's because of my bag. If it's too heavy for me, that I kind of strained the muscles and ligaments in the left hip. But basically, I'm now sitting with an electric cushion here, and if I weren't on sick leave, I couldn't be in tonight.
Well, you know, that sucks that you're sick, but I'm very glad that you're here.
Thanks.
Here's the deal. Steve is going to give you an all-paid vacation airplane ticket to come to the States, all right? Okay, Steve?
No problem, man.
All right, good. All right, so we got that to stay.
Save up for it, so somewhere around 2038.
20, 30 years. That'd be great. I'll be dead in the ground by then. Hey, here's a quick disclaimer, guys. I've been watching a lot of tutorials online, and they're dry and they suck. And that's my opinion, and your opinion may be different. They may be like, okay, we're going to take this over here, and we're going to tweak it here, and we're going to snap it to this. I'm not that guy, okay? I wanted to make it personable for everybody. I will do my best for it. I want to have energy. So, Mr. Miguel, your hand was obviously raised. Did you want to volunteer to do anything? Can you ink, sir?
I never tried to do it on paper, but I don't know if I can help in any way doing it. It has to be
You can do it, can you?
it can be done digital.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you my Skype address. Don't hang up, or we won't hang up on you after all this. And I'll send you a couple pieces I want you to try out for me, okay? I want you to try inking some of my stuff, and maybe we can work together. I'm all about helping you guys out, everybody here right now. I had a discussion with this art team that I'm doing, like the 241, I'm sorry, Steve, I heard that, yes, Steve Curtis and I are doing 241 cards for a gaming company. And I was talking to this guy, and he's like, hey, you know, this, that, and this. I'm like, I just want to help people out. I'm like, even if I become a big artist, I want to help people out. And I'm not a big artist yet. I will be one day, I hope, because I'm not giving up. I'm going to work my butt off for it. But with that said, we have some exciting things. Can I say anything, Mr. Steve? Probably not.
About what?
Just helping people out, you know, and this and a little bit of that. And
You probably shouldn't.
All right. Ow, Nelson. All right, fine.
I've already got Wolf and Donald yelling at me for a concept art class, and I've already said it's coming. And I probably said too much there.
You probably did. Do you like how we're teasing you guys? There is so much on the books right now. Can I talk about the radio show?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good. Hey, listen up. We're going to start scheduling radio shows regularly, maybe 2 times a month. And we're going to have some industry people in here that will be our guest speakers. We'll have their documentation. We'll have their write-ups. We'll have links to them so you can talk to them yourselves. My goal, and Steve's goal, and Nelson's goal, is to get you hooked up with these people, sort of maybe even a mentor situation, but to give you guys links of real-life people that are working and making a living in the business to help you out, because my goal is to be the best artist I can. That and to make chaps socially acceptable and grow some dreads. But that's neither here nor there. But we got some exciting radio shows. I got already booked from the Hunger Games, Pam Lewis, who's willing to come on board. I got the lead from Heavy Cat Studios, a couple artists from them out from LA, already booked, willing to go. I got David Miller from Imaginary Studios, up and ready to go. He's worked in LA, he's worked in Canada, he's worked in several different places, and we got a lot more guests, so you guys and gals will have a chance to hear, ask questions, and hopefully make some good contacts. 3D Buzz is moving in a huge direction, and I'm going to tell you all to hold on because the ride's going to be awesome. Can I have a hell yeah, Steve?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, really, we need to kind of start class, don't you think?
Yeah, we do. Probably. It being 8:30 already.
Yeah, I know. Well, 9:30 my time and like 4:30 Eve's time, so time is all relevant.
Wibbly wobbly time.
Well, Sid, are you here yet?
Sid is apparently micless tonight.
Oh, maybe I should. Well, now she should be. Not. Maybe. I guess
Right,
not.
Nelson, you go hook her up. And
Oh.
Hey, Sid. How you doing, Mama?
Can you hear me?
I can. Oh my God, Sid, your stuff has been amazing.
Thank you.
I've been looking at your Facebook post. I've been liking it, and I've been very excited about tonight. and you inspired me to draw the two little mount things you see on my screen right now. And let's go ahead and talk about the mounts real quick, and then let's quickly move into Steve's territory of the city landscapes and stuff. Can we do that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, obviously my screen is already up, so we'll start with my screen here. World of Warcraft, love it, and I also hate it because I cannot play it anymore. I just don't have time. That's all right. Mr. Thimble says it's okay. He lives in my thumb. Before, you could only have a mount that you could ride. Hang on, where's my brush? This mount here. Look, I'm riding a dinosaur triceratops sort of thing, and I'm an Alethian. I don't really know how fast they are. It reminds me kind of like the Horde, what they'd be riding. But I know what Sid's brought to the table, and it's very, very cool. And Chelsea had a kick-ass illustration as well. But for the most part, for the first maybe 8 to 10 years, I don't know, I'm making this number up as we go along, you can only ride mounts. And then the expansion came out where you could actually do the flying mounts. And I don't want to rip off, what is it, Carpenter? Help me out. Lots of words. They're blue, they have 3 fingers. Somebody, anybody? James Carpenter. What is it?
Oh,
Avatar.
Thank you, Avatar.
Cameron, James Cameron.
That's what I said, right?
You said Carpenter.
Oh, I'm thinking Carpenter the Thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, James Cameron. I was thinking some sort of bird-like thing if we can make him fly around. And Mr. Nelson, is that technically speaking, would it be as hard or harder to just only having riding mounts where you can only be land-based, or would it be, can you do flying and land-based? Or is that something you want to explore later?
Yeah, it depends on a lot more than that.
We have a lot of things. The design team is slowly starting to come together, I think, and the perspective of the game and all that's going to affect whether or not we can even have riding flying mounts.
All right, so with that, we're just going to dream. How about that? We dream and we shoot for the moon. And the design team will be able to tell us, no, we don't like that. But here's the deal. I'm like getting so many freaking emails right now. Did you hear that? It's a double tap. It's a silencer. Anyway, you probably can't hear that. What I want to do for us is I'd rather dream big and not only settle for less, but give the design team, if they're like, yeah, we can do flying mounts, we have at least 10 to 15 different flying mounts we can give them. If they can say, no, we can only do riding mounts, we can give them 10 to 15 riding sort of mounts. And Alethian society and the world we've established, in the beginning it was going to be harsh. That's why I made this Triceratops type character. But there's going to be plush lands and all that sort of stuff. So this is what I've come up with. Miss Sid, do you want to show what you've come up with so far? And also, raise your hands if there's any comments or questions, okay?
I can show what I've got.
Show up, Mama.
Take my screen.
Is that Sydney talking?
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Shaker Khan, Dirty Pants. Actually, it's Dirty Pants. Explain, Lucy, explain.
Leonard, in the story for the comic book, said something about a brog or a bogby, something like that. This was my first attempt. That's really just kind of tiger lion-like, so it's not amazing, but first attempt.
So tell us a little bit more about it, though. I mean, so why would you use a tiger slash, you know?
Well, he made a comment about it being like he pictured a mix between a tiger and a Tasmanian devil, and I tried doing stuff with the Tasmanian devil and I wasn't getting very far with that, so it got more cat-based than anything else.
I'm listening.
Yeah, that's all I got for that.
All right, wait. Let's analyze this a little bit closer. So, where's the Tasmanian devil part in this thing? Because
I said I wasn't getting much from it.
Yeah, I can tell that. But Mr. Ray, what do you think?
You know, I just tried to pick a Tasmanian devil because everybody does felines or canines. I don't have any problems making it feline. I was just trying to get something that was a little different.
Yeah. Well,
I think
Epic Phil, Sid.
that's
You
about
suck.
it.
I'm teasing.
well, I did
Ooh, I like
this
that one.
one too, where I made it a lot bulkier in the front, gave it a bigger head and stuff, but it's still
I
pretty
like that
feline-like.
better.
Yeah.
I like that.
Cool.
That's nice. And I love your feet. Not your feet personally, but your Elysian feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks much more dangerous and much more evil.
Cool.
Whoa. Let's analyze what you just said, Mr. Ray, because I used to do this for a living. Evil.
Now look at the eyes.
I know, but
Look at
the correlation between the chick who's controlling this animal, is she controlling an evil animal, or animals actually evil?
The situation is that this animal was originally created to be a weapon to kill her. So it is a dangerous killing machine. That's what it was created to do. She was supposed to either kill it or be killed by it along with the guy that she's fighting that is with it in her first challenge. Her stone takes it over, makes it kill him, and then it becomes docile and it becomes her pet. But it's a very dangerous, scare the crap out of anybody who is around kind of a beast if you aren't in control of it. She's now in control of it, but I want everyone who isn't in control of it, that's within 100 yards of her, to be really scared that she's got this thing walking around at her hip, if you follow what I mean. When she comes back into the arena after she's gone through all of these different challenges, this is going to be with her, and it's going to be her pet. And it should have everyone in her village breathless when they see that. And then for the rest of the story, this is her companion. So yeah, I want it to look really mean. I want it to look scary.
I think you got scary there.
Yeah, that's what I like about this. This thing you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley.
But we are not going, Derek, to get into a semantic argument of whether or not it is actually evil by itself.
What? Me semantic? What?
It's the pit bull of these creatures. It was bred to kill.
Kind of like my biceps in the stomach.
Uh,
Yeah, really. Did I just say that?
Moving right along.
moving along.
Yup.
All right, fine. All right, I hate you all. I work out. I'm bringing sexy back, y'all. All right, can we get Chelsea? Because Sid's not. Sid, you didn't support me.
Sorry.
Well, you kind of probably should have. All right. When I come down to the Buzz Cave, I'm going to knock you out.
Sure.
Chelsea, let's take her screen because she's got a
I've got more.
Oh, crap on a cracker. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No.
Whose screen is it? Sorry, Nelson.
Okay, which screen do you want?
Mr. Shaka Khan, dirty pants. He doesn't know. But we're fine here. All right, Chelsea, show us more.
You mean Sydney?
Yeah. You know, right? Listen, I'm old. I'm tired. I don't sleep. Ooh, look at that.
Oh.
Shut up. I hate you all.
This was a last minute thing because I was having issues kind of coming up with a town, but I'd drawn some kind of like caved themes, and I kind of mixed it up with the like quartz growing everywhere and the town being all mountain-esque, but this one's not in color, so I'm still got to do that.
It's amazing you did this broken down town because I also thought of a broken down town. Great minds think alike. Continue, please. I like the crystal.
You drew something completely different than Derek?
Shut up. Really? I am an honorary Curtis. You just,
Exactly.
oh, so you give me shit for that. Okay. Continue, Sid, because I seen this on Facebook and I was blown away. I love your figures. Okay, granted, they're just like a dot and blah, blah, but it shows the scope of everything. That's one hell of a light bright sort of situation right there. I'd love to make that level.
Yeah, like I said, I was kind of having issues of doing the whole town thing like we were talking of, but I liked the idea of the underground cave stuff. I kind of did a take on Wolf's Bug Place, and I'll show that later, but I kind of got the idea from that. So this is essentially like where they would do the Soul Stone ritual, but it's an underground take on it, I guess.
Mr. Ray, because you are a lead writer, what do you think about that?
That works too. Yeah, you need to have some kind of community environment. But if this is just an arena where they do the Soulstone thing, but remember, you have to have this so that there's this person with the hood who's standing close enough to the place where the baby is to surreptitiously toss a stone into the ring, and, along with the stones the parents brought. So
Yep.
the crowd has to be tight around the actual place where the baby is. They can't be on balconies looking down.
Real quick, I do want to go ding, 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 because Mr. Ray just want the 5-syllable word phrase, 5-syllable word phrase, surreptitiously. Surreptitious. Yeah, well done, Mr. Ray. Big word. Congratulations. You were the winner.
Okay.
Surreptitiously.
Yeah, that one. That's the word. I like how to count the syllables with my fingers. Like, holy hell, yes. So I like this. This may not work exactly for what Mr. Ray was thinking about. I love this idea. I love the cave maybe for a level. But
Oh, absolutely. I think we can work this into a story. It's a great scene.
Hoot.
who
Success.
said hoot?
I did.
Well, who's I?
Sid.
All right,
Said
you all
woot.
sound the same to me. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, I cannot get names right, obviously. All right, continue, please.
All right. Black and white. This is kind of a little take on what Wolf had done with different colors, and you can't like quite see where the queen would be, but I figured, go down one of the tunnels and you would find her. But yeah, bug place.
I like this one. It reminds me of a movie theater, like the steps, like they're all lit up, like do not trip so you don't sue us. I'm being an asshole, I'm sorry. But seriously, I love the texture. I like the black and white one as well. I love the texture. It looks like a cave. And, you have the middle, right, and left chambers. I think it's a great shot at a level. And, Mr. Steve, how hard was this to do in Unity?
Oh my God, are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. How hard would it be? I don't know Unity. I know Maya.
Well, it would be as hard to do in Unity as it is to do in Maya, because
Okay, let me tell you this.
Maya,
I do character art. I don't do environments. So,
actually, I would probably recommend that what we do is a modular cave system,
ooh, nice.
where you have, say, a dozen different types of walls, stuff like that, and then you use those to build whatever cave you want.
And okay, now stay with me here because I'm like going off kind of on a bunny trail. Follow me, Peter Cottontail. And what Steve is talking about, if you've watched Lord of the Rings, where they have the big spider lady, I'm a spider and I'm going to eat you. Oh no, I've got the big light in front of me. I just hit myself. Wow, I did. My headphones are a little bit bigger than I thought. Okay. Anyway, well, shut up. They built like several cave walls, and all I did was they moved stuff around. Is that what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah, basically it allows you to have just a few meshes. In any game engine, Unity or any other, if you reuse a mesh instead of creating a whole new mesh, then the game engine only has to memorize its location and orientation for the second usage and not all of the texturing and all that. So it makes your game run faster if you can do a modular thing like that where you're repositioning or resizing walls, but really that wall at the end of the tunnel is the same wall you used up here in the front, just duplicated. And I would probably do a cave system like this, something like that.
I think it's a brilliant idea, sir.
But so yeah, it's no harder than anything else with making a game.
And quickly, I guess kind of piggybacking on that, can you give us any details of what the other guys are going to be doing, the development guys, without like Nelson killing you?
We don't know entirely yet, but Chris Morris, NATO to everybody here, is working up some documentation and working up making his pitch for what type of gameplay, perspective, all that stuff. So in the coming weeks, hopefully we'll see what they're thinking there, and then we'll no doubt have a chance to banter back and forth about that. But so far, everything he said, I think, has been pretty much spot on. So.
Pretty much everything. However, we're the artist, and we're sexy, cool, smooth, and awesome, and we shall get our way, right, Mr. Shaka Khan Dirty Pants?
Most likely not.
What the hell? Really?
Well, he's being honest here.
He's being honest. I will fight for my artists to have their visions recognized. Okay.
Well, our visions will be recognized, but like the picture we're looking at right now is very much a first-person perspective. Maybe it'll be a third person. Maybe it'll be a top-down. That doesn't mean that that cave won't exist or be part of the gameplay, but it may change how it looks a little bit.
True. And as long as my artists get their way.
And that
I'm
is,
cool.
I mean, when the design guys put down their foot and say it's going this way, it's going that way, and that's that.
Wait a minute. Hold the ship, the boat, because we don't want to miss it. Listen, I don't play well with others. You know that, Mr. Steve. I don't. But I'm willing to say that I'm willing to compromise so we can make a cool, kick-ass, awesome game. And you were there because I was there. I was sweaty and I had my cowboy hat on, and then your son had my AR-15, all sorts of crap in the photo shoot, and we had, right after that, we had the meeting with Buzz. Right now what we're going for is a WoW perspective with a third-person sort of camera view and everything like that right now. But I know NATO has some issues with X, Y, and Z, and things may change. And as artists, we really need to be willing to roll with the punches. I'll stand up for everybody here. But the art does not make the game. We need these coders and the eggheads. We need a Mr. Shaka Khan Dirty Pants to tell us what to do. And we'll all be a team, right? Hoorah.
Hoorah, we will all be a team, but at the end of the day, what makes the gameplay fun is what the design guys do. And so that's kind of the tip of that spear, and we got to roll with that. Right? That's the game.
But Steve, can I ask a question real quick? Because I'm not a gamer, but how would you do an MMO if the players are first person?
Oh, it's very unlikely they would be first person. What you're looking at is a third person perspective, or perhaps a top-down perspective, where you're looking directly down on the field rather than linear like this view is. You would, if it were a top-down, you would have to rip the top off of this cave and be looking down at it from above.
Okay, yeah, that I get. But you
Yeah,
still would be...
I'm just saying this artwork is more or less from a first-person perspective, and I can tell you right now in an MMO, that's not going to happen. If anything, if you plug in one of the Elysians in the front of that picture so we're looking over their shoulder, you might get that perspective. But that also has its gameplay challenges. So.
Yeah, but if you do your third-person controller, as a matter of fact, I've been following the Unity classes in 3D Buzz for developing a third-person controller. And that one, I already have it operating with my little guy. And you can bring the camera down behind him, up on top of him, spin it all the way around him, get close to him, get far away from him, depending on where you are in the game. And the next section of stuff I'm going to be learning about is it automatically jumps down under things if you go into an occlusion situation, which is what this would be, where there's a roof above you. It automatically goes under the roof and still follows the player. So that's all possible. You can do this in a third-person MMO.
Oh, I'm not saying you can't. Third person is a possibility, and they're mulling that over. One of the big things is performance. Like the system you're using may work great for one player, 2 players, 5 players. How game engine intensive will it be if there's 300 players at once and it's trying to run that? And that's up to those guys to tell us whether or not it works or not. The other thing is, if you have a third-person camera system where you can spin around the player, look behind yourself, things like that, that's fine. If you have a more rudimentary one, in terms of a type of game where you've got a lot of people generally trying to kill each other, like an MMO, you've made the entire 180 degrees behind you a blind spot. It gets very easy to sneak up on people and hurts gameplay. I'm not saying any way these will go. I'm just saying I know these are some of the issues that they're mulling over right now.
Well, let's ask Mr. Nelson, Mr. Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants here. What do you think about all this? What would you prefer, or what do you see the challenges?
As far as camera?
Yes, because I know what you should say because I know what's been developed so far.
What should I say?
I can't tell you that because then I'm leading the witness.
I mean, it just entirely depends on everything, really.
And with that, it is 10 o'clock my time. We've been here an hour. We will take a 10-minute break, potty, get an adult drink, whatever you need to do. We'll come back. We got tons more of concept art. But when we come back, I want to open up with questions, comments. We got lots more people in here tonight, which I'm excited about. I want to hear from you. Any questions and all that sort of stuff. So take a 10. And when I come back, I will personally, I need to roof my house. You may hear some banging. I'm going to roof. No, Mr. Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants, what will you be doing during our break?
Smoking.
All right, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants will be
Yes.
rolling his own cigarettes. And we'll be back in 10. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I was so not expecting that countdown. I'm yours truly, Derek T. Stevens, again with 3dbuzz.com MMO class. We had a small break for potty and beverages. I personally, during my break, I roofed the entire house and got a bagel for it. Not for sure what my cohort here, Mr. Nelson Shaka Khan Dirty Pants did. What'd you do, Nelson?
I think I already told you.
I'm sure you didn't, but we will skip that. So we were talking about third-person shooters, blah, blah, blah sort of stuff. And it really is, I guess what we really need to sit back as artists and relay that we can convey some brilliant sort of visuals. But we need to have the development team be able to understand and do what we want to see. Stop laughing and snickering like that. So Sid, not to be confused with Chelsea, because they're totally different. They're both a pain in my backside, but totally different. Sid, do you have any more pictures you want to show?
I've got one more.
All right.
I know we kind of agreed on the queen last time, and it was mine, but I wasn't all that happy with it, so I gave it a small makeover.
I love your makeover.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
All right, explain the process to us, Lucy. Explain.
It was mainly the colors that I didn't like on mine, but then while we were talking about it last time, we were talking about having a soul stone in the center of the head and stuff. So I threw that in there, and I decided I wanted to change the shape of the head a little bit, and like you had drawn yours kind of snake-like,
Mhm.
and I liked the idea of that, so I kind of tried to throw that in here a little bit, kind of Cobra-esque.
So,
But, yeah.
again, we collaborated.
Yeah.
Also, oh, you know what? I really messed up. I'm sorry for everybody for doing this. Mr. Shecker, comments people that are in class want to share right now before we go any further.
I have absolutely no idea what you just said. You cut out.
Yeah, you fuzzed out.
Sorry. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. That would be me. I'm not very fuzzy, am I? All right, seriously, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, before we go any further, stop it. Do we have anybody who has any questions or comments? Because I wanted to come back to our general audience, see what other people on the outside of the bubble or spectrum would say.
Richard says, I have a few design ideas as far as gameplay goes. If I'm going to coordinate with anyone to discuss them, do we have a list of members to speak to?
Steve.
Right now, to my knowledge, that is only NATO, and you can find his posts in the MMO, I think it's the main forum that he's been posted in. Let me find out quick here.
I think it's the MMO Lounge.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, a real quick question, just throwing it out there. Anybody going to the Chicago Comic-Con in August?
There's
Steve?
a Comic-Con in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm going, yeah. So anybody else?
At this rate, I might be dead by then, so I haven't decided yet.
All right.
And I have no money.
All right, well, you all suck.
If Richard is listening in the MMO Lounge, about 8 or 9 things down, there is a limitations, restrictions, and reality post. And you can grab NATO there, send him a personal message, and get that rolling. I would love to see some people talking to him and getting an actual team put together.
NATO's got some mad skills, and he's humble, but he's very opinionated as well. And I don't want that to come over as him being crass or mean. He's got some good working knowledge of what can and cannot work and what's realistic. And I guess the development team is actually going to drive what we're able to do. But right now, because we don't have a development team, I'm saying the sky's the limit. And that's what I really want to do. Flying mounts, crawling mounts, going through the earth sort of mounts. It's all good to go right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can go anywhere and have a lot of fun with that and improve everybody's skills with the understanding that when the design team comes around and says, this is our development time, this is what we're doing, you know, don't feel bad if a lot of your stuff gets chucked out the window and we have to go in a whole different direction. That's just the reality of how it works. So everybody should not be upset when that happens.
I'm sorry, Steve. You're going to have to hold me and tell me bedtime stories because I will be upset.
All right, I'll tickle your navel too.
I don't like that.
Could I make a comment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have several different things going on simultaneously here. Eventually, we want to have an MMO, and we're coming up with a world in which that MMO is going to function. The first thing we're doing is a comic book to introduce people to that world. The comic book doesn't have the only restrictions the comic book has is whatever we want to put on it. It's if you were doing an MMO based on the world Spider-Man lives in, you couldn't possibly include all the things that are in the Spider-Man comic books. You'd have to create a subset of that would work in the game.
And that is correct, Ray. I mean, as far as the comic book is concerned, yeah, we can pretty much do whatever we want.
So we can create a world from which NATO and his guys can then cherry pick the things that are going to work in the game.
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay. So right now, see, my focus is, for obvious reasons, because it's sort of my baby, is to get the story out. And my understanding has been from the start that we're going to do the comic book first to sort of introduce people to the world while everyone works on the MMO, which is going to take a lot more time. So I think we do want to be cognizant, there's another big word, sorry, of
Wait.
the
Cognizant. That's only a 3-syllable word, not nearly as big as the other word.
You're going to have to keep in mind the restrictions that ultimately we'll have to face when we do a game, but that's just things that NATO and his guys will leave out. I don't see us doing anything with the comic that would preclude whatever kind of game they'd like to create. Anyway, that's my comment.
And yeah, I had some people question some game mechanic stuff specifically, and I guess I was speaking more to that, but Ray is right as far as the comic books go. Pretty much we can do whatever we please.
Hells yeah, I'll give you
Derek,
hells yeah.
You can take your thumb out of your mouth and go back to work, Derek.
I'm working right now. What the hell's up with that? Smart ass. You know what's really sick is as you guys are talking, I'm really listening, but I'm doodling at the same time and not the Wacom tablet because I am like old school traditional. Okay, call me dinosaur.
We'll work on that.
know.
I do know that Donald has to cut out early.
Let's bring Donald in then.
We could get to his work here pretty quick if we haven't lost him already.
Hello.
Hello, Donald.
How's it going?
You're fired.
Oh,
I did 2 imitations at once. Donald Trump, Donald Duck, and we have the real Donald. What's up, baby?
not much. What's going on?
Well, I want to hear what you've been... Dude, you've been so busy. But at the same time, it's like the first class you've been able to come back to and for like forever.
Second, yes.
I want to hear what you got up. What you doing?
Oh, my weekend was busy, barely any drawing. But I have been working on the town square idea today for
Well,
about 2-3 hours.
let's see what you got.
Okay, then.
Mr. Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants, can you please take Mr. Donald the Duck? I'm not saying that out loud.
Alrighty. It's up. Running.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is it.
Explain, Lucy, explain.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my red pen out. I've got action sequences going on.
Wait, for my Liebchen, das Rock Klulai. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, we got the little town square here, and yeah, I wanted a couple markets, so this over here is probably going to be a market. Thinking about adding in a couple other things probably around this area, but this is where the little kid gets his stone, obviously.
Wait, so you're saying little kid gets stoned there?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
People over here throwing stones at him. Anyways.
Ow.
Yeah, so I wanted something kind of small for a kid, and I was sitting there thinking it'd be really cool if the structure here kind of receded into the earth after it was used and then popped back up when it was needed. Interesting. And there's little stairs for
I like
slinkies.
that.
That's a great idea, like Arthur Stone.
Yeah, but these stairs loop around the object so you can get up here. And of course, you got to have crystals. And as for the guy that throws the extra stone, that's perfect for this because there's going to be a lot of people gathered around here, you know, watching the kid, maybe a few people up here, maybe a monarch or something up here. And then there's also all these balconies up here people will be standing on. So someone could be hidden in the crowd throw a stone up here, and then quickly exit this way.
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen.
And plus, there's a little stage here for acting.
Well, my question was going to be over there by the stage is, are the town folk going to hang Billy at dusk or dawn?
Dawn.
I'm sorry.
It's so wrong on many levels.
I had the same thought. Where's the cat?
I'm not sure what I'm laughing about, but it sounds funny.
So, yeah.
Sorry, Donald.
And I got to draw a little thingy right here. Show this is either like a embassy or something like that.
That's where they watch really people, right?
Yes. But,
Strike them up.
yeah, I was working on that. There's a furry box, if anybody wanted to see that. And I just come up with this a couple minutes ago.
I
was
like
doodling
that.
as well.
That's awesome.
That's seriously awesome.
Her little cave system kind of inspired it. I was like, I want a floating city really bad.
Woo. I like
Yeah.
it.
You can jump off when you're a player. Whee!
You know, that could be whatever it is, the fourth page of the comic or whatever, where she's got to cross that bridge.
Yeah, there you go. She could be
Ta-da.
walking across the bridge. Woo!
So Sid, I'm oh shit, I did it again. Chelsea, I guess that's you because no, that'd be me. Never mind. I'm doing. I suck.
What?
Well, I was surmising. I still can't beat his freaking syllables.
Don't try.
Stop trying.
Don't try.
Dear
No, I'm
God,
sure-
I am going to mail you Ritalin.
I hate you all, except Sid. Maybe Chelsea, but definitely Steve. Hate him. No, listen. Doing the splash pages, that's 2. Chelsea's doing 2 pages. The first 2, and the 4th page you said would be mine. So anyway, continue, please. Ritalin needs it.
Hey, Donald,
Lithium, maybe.
before you go on, could you go in and tighten up your levels on that?
Yeah.
Let's
Hold on 1 second.
image.
I would do hue saturation
Levels.
first, then levels.
Well, I was gonna say too, the only thing I have to say about the town square, really, is it looks very human with the
Yeah.
buildings, to me.
Yeah, I was going to
What I was
alien
looking
them
at.
up a little bit.
Okay.
Wait. How would you alien? How would you alien them up?
Donald, take the white back over.
Oh.
Now bring those 2 towards it. Why is that not?
Hold on.
Maybe it's the layer you're.
Oh, yeah, it's layered.
Dork.
Anyways,
I've done it before too.
to alien them up, I would probably, hold on. Can't think and do other things at once.
I know, right? It's very hard, isn't it?
Yeah, to alien them up, I would give them unique
up.
little structures, like textures, maybe unique roofs, add in some props that look weird,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
One thing too I was thinking while I was looking at it is I think it's because it's all very square,
Yeah,
which is very typical of human building.
Yep.
Maybe
Like
if
this
there are
one.
like some different angles in it.
this one over here, I haven't finished yet, of course. It's just straight. I was thinking of some things I might be able to do with it. This one's got the slanted roof, which is really unique. I found that in Oblivion, I think it was. So, yeah.
Oh man, I remember that game.
Yes, I loved it.
Don't get me started.
I'm a
But,
vampire. You have to kill someone. Yeah, don't get me started.
I could probably round out off a couple of these corners up here, make it a little bit more alien as well.
The main thing is Sid. Crap. The other chick,
Derek.
Chelsea. I know, right? Chelsea. this is all for you. Do you understand this is all for you since you're going to capture the first
I
couple
know,
pages?
I know. That's why I'm here and looking and
What do you think?
commenting.
What do you
And
think so far? What questions do you have?
Me or
none,
her?
really. And I think that little pedestal thing for the stone bonding is awesome. I love
That's
that.
a very good idea. When you see my piece and picture that in it, then we're going to be getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it needs to be a little bigger, in other words, thicker. But yes, love the idea.
Yeah, we can do that. Hold on. Let me find it. Out this way a little bit more. A little bit taller.
Not
Something like
higher,
that.
wider.
Oh, wider.
Yeah.
More like that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we can do that.
So you can get a real crowd around it.
Yeah.
And listen, I know we have seriously a lot more people than normal, which is good. I hope we continue to grow. But this is how we do it. If we had a studio, I would be riding a scooter down the hallway. When I was with Epic Studios, that's what he did. And I would go to Steve's room, hey, what the hell is up, baby? He's like, I'm working, I'm all serious and stuff because I got to do stuff. And I'd be all ADHD because I really am. I'm like, let's go look at birds and then draw stuff. And he'd be like, I don't know if I want to do that because I'm all serious. And Chelsea's like, I'm playing games. But the important thing is, because she does play lots of games. And hey, listen, what really was funny is I'm like, I wonder if Chelsea's working right now. I hear bling, Lisa Lauren's online playing X, whatever. I'm like, she's not working, she's playing Xbox. What the hell is up with that? And I have busted twice on that. But what is awesome about what we're doing is this is collaborative. This is like all of us being in an art room together at once, and this is what is awesome about it. So anyway, continue, please. I'm on a tangent. Bunny Trail, let's look at birds.
Yeah.
Muffins.
So,
Go ahead now.
no, that was it. I'm finished explaining.
The other one, you emailed me that one. The other one with the bridge, could you send that to me too, please?
Yeah, I can say it too.
I love that one.
Me too.
Very good. So what I really want to do real quick is I don't want to go back a step, but Chelsea has did a very cool rendering. Let's go back to what Chelsea's done, and then we'll continue forward after that. Is that okay with everybody?
But
I think Wolf wants to say
talking
something.
about my beast.
Your beast. Let's go to Chelsea's beast, and then let's bring Wolf Knightley in here, Mr. Shaka Khan Dirty Pants.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I wanted to ask you, did you get the picture of the songbird last week?
We did, and it was beautiful.
Okay.
And we're actually all very jealous of what you can do. And, well, honestly,
I might say
Steve...
a little hateful, but...
Yeah, Steve said a little hateful things like, she sucks and I hate her. And that's pretty much a direct quote for what you've done because you're that cool.
Thanks, I take it as a compliment.
Yes, you should.
Listen, I don't hate you.
I don't really hate you. I just hate me when I look at your work.
That probably about sums it up.
Okay, so we have something in common because basically every time I look at my stuff, I'm not, how can you say, totally satisfied with it, and I always kind of think that I could have done it better, but I'm doing it digitally and not with my Copic markers and stuff, and I'm always kind of dissatisfied with the stuff I do. I could do it better. That's kind of my motto and trying to improve.
It's the bane of our existence.
Yeah.
It is. And Steve has never truly left me satisfied. Just letting you know. I know. Listen, though, and I really want to throw this point out. There's tons of artwork that's being shown right now, okay? And there's not anything better than anybody else's. And we really shouldn't compare ourselves to anybody else. But I really want to throw it out to you. It's cool to deconstruct what we have done. There's more room for the art team. All you need to do is PM me, PM Steve, Sid. We'll get you all hooked up. I want more artists. But anyway, continue, please.
Who's continuing?
I'm not for sure.
You are, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Okay, well, this is actually the companion beast for our character in our comic that is how I pictured it when Ray first described it to me.
And
Sort of
that
something
is-
very brawny and muscular.
And that is more along the lines of what I had in mind. Either one of these would work. And one thing I want to make sure everyone understands, as long as the story gets told, I'm mainly interested in the story getting told and the emotions that are being shown. Any one of the beasts would work for me. I mean, you guys are the artists. I'm not the artist. So you show me, and if somebody comes up with, like, for example, the queen, the more recent queen that we just saw. Wow, I never could have imagined that. This is more what I had in mind for the Brog beast. The one that looked like a cat I don't like. The other one I like as well. So either one of those two, for me, would work just fine in the story. As I say, this is more, Chelsea's absolutely right, this is more what I had in mind.
And I love this one. I would say Chelsea, like 50% more muscle bulk.
Yeah, this was very quickly sketched, and then I just, as class was going on, kind of colored it in.
But I will say that when Ray first described it, this is very similar to what was in my head, too.
I have to agree.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
awesome.
when you said Pitbull, I was like, yes, awesome, because that's kind of what my thing makes me think of.
Well, and I think you managed to find the Tasmanian devil in it, too.
I do too. The slender buttocks area.
Oh,
I said buttocks.
I love the hair and the
yeah, the fur.
the things that look like claws up the side.
Oh,
of
yeah,
the,
it's sort of like, the way I pictured it was like a plating, almost, ridging
Yeah.
bone sticking out.
right. It's kind of a natural armor. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And around the throat as well. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
that's, I added that in because I like wolves, and a lot of canines and many other animals have like fur around the throat as something that protects them.
Yeah, I was
Like
just thinking that if an animal's trying to bite him or something, that that would scrape against him, and they'd think twice.
Yeah, has all the ridges. If they tried to get at his throat, they'd
Right.
find a lot of fur in the way.
Yeah, I like it. Well done.
Thank you. I was happy with it
Indeed.
too.
Indubitably.
I
Wait. Indubitably. Damn, I still can't beat this syllables. Ah.
We told you to stop.
Five,
not
five
stopping.
syllables. You did good.
I did indubitably.
I would, for example, maybe make even more fur on the neck because of the things you said, that basically when they're fighting, for example, that it's harder to grasp and that the neck area would have more, a little bit more muscle and more fur.
Yeah,
So
I
exactly
was,
that purpose.
Great
before
idea.
I decided to sort of make it slightly finished for presenting it, I was kind of playing around with adding more ridging or more fur.
Yeah, it's okay. I just I thought I'd throw it out there if you're going to redo it, for example, to maybe consider it.
Consider
right.
it, what? Oh, never mind.
No, to consider things I said with maybe
You know,
the
seriously,
neck
what it
being-
makes me think of is the chupacabra.
everything
wait,
reminds you of a
chupacabra.
chupacabra.
That's 5 syllables. Damn, am I missing one?
That was 4.
No, chupacabra. Yes, 4. Crap.
Still trying.
All right, continue. Do you have any more? I know you have more. show us more.
The only other thing I really have is I doodled that dragon I did today, but that was just sort of doodling.
Well, show me the doodle, girl.
Doodle. Oh
Doodle, girl.
God. Pen. Mouse. There it is. That thing, which honestly could be like along the lines of the mounts and stuff too, because you were doing dragon-like creatures as well.
I really love the tail, how it's wrapped around, and your muscles. And okay, this is going back to art class. All right, think of a whale's fin. Okay, anybody out there right now? How many bones in a whale's fin? Well, okay, that's kind of a trick question. There are 5 finger-like bones in a whale's fin. A bat has 5 bone placements in its wing. We have 5 fingers. Everything that we do from creatures to human design, they're very, very similar because I can tell where the bicep, the tricep, the brachial muscles are at, the phalanges. They all break down the same in just different general directions. Okay, there's the art lesson, and it's over. But I like that. Well done.
Thank you. Where was the 5-finger thing coming in?
Well, you have a whale's fin, and all you see is that big, big fin. You're like, oh, it's a big friggin' fin. And there's actually 5 bones making up that fin. 5 is like the common denominator from our fingers to the wings to the bat.
That was not on purpose. I didn't even notice that, honestly.
Because I'm like Sean Spencer from Psych. Hello, thank you very much. Minus the hair. I don't need the hair. That's how cool I am. And Steve Curtis is my Guster. We're moving on now.
Help me, Jesus.
Help me, Jesus. Okay. Well done, Chelsea. And
Thank
you
you.
will get your artwork done. I know you will. Don't oversave stuff, you freak.
I like the head, how that's a different kind of dragon. It's not what you would typically expect a dragon's head to look like.
It's pretty typical of me.
It makes me think of those little lizards that run across water and they can make their
Yeah.
Jesus.
giant one.
Those kind of skin stuff on the sides, it kind of reminds me at least that this dinosaur in Jurassic Park that spits
Yeah.
acid.
Yep.
Arr, I may spit to her. And that was my sound effect. Not a good one, sorry. Okay, all seriousness, well done, Chelsea. Proud of you. Mr. Wolf Knightley is with us right now. Mr. Shaka Khan Dirty Pants, can you take his screen, please? And if you can, continue to watch the forums. Oh, holy crap, under cracker, that's awesome. Can you watch, I'm ADHD. Bird, hello. Can you watch the forums to see if there's any questions as Mr. Wolf Knightley speaks? Speak, boy, speak. Good dog.
Thank you.
Quite well.
Love the respectful tone.
Hey, wait. Here is the illustrious, awesome, most exquisite dude I know, Wolf Knightley.
Bringing the perspective.
I know. That brilliant, well done.
This is taking me all week, unfortunately. I think I should probably start making kind of sloppier concept art.
Don't say that.
What?
Don't say sloppy.
Concept art. Not
What?
sloppy.
Don't
Well,
sloppy.
rougher, I guess. I would like a list of words that I can't say, but
Nelson, shoot that to him.
just because I've worked a lot on this and this week, and I've gotten very little done. But I can tell you all the concepts I'm going for. But this is the town square, and this thing right here in the middle is where I was envisioning the ceremony with the stones. So child would come up here in the middle ring, and the other people, the priests and the parents, could be standing here, and everybody else would be crowding around here. And it's a bit of a rise so people can see it, but it's not so, it's not so high that they, that they wouldn't be able to see it. So try to get that proper level, but so that they could hopefully see it from back a ways. This building right here is supposed to be a building for the mages, I guess, so the priest mages, whatever they are. And what I want to do is I want to have statues around it, like that would be placed on here, but that I was thinking that each one of these kind of levels could have a different element that they're representing. So like maybe this might be Earth. I was actually thinking of it here, but it might just be these levels. But anyway, so there would be a maybe there'd be Earth symbols and statues here. There'd be maybe fire here, fire, lightning, like a mage and a lightning bolt behind them on the carved into the stone, and so that would go all the way up, and the top could just have simplistic element symbols. And then this right here, this is the wall. This is a wall in the town, not for outside, but just segmenting the town. I was thinking that on the other side there'd be very rich, like palaces and stuff. And I actually wanted to segment this, but this section I was having some issues with perspective. But these, see the blue things right here, that actually, let me zoom in a little bit, but those are actually seating, which is supposed to be still hard to see, but so this is where I actually wanted to segment that, but I was having trouble. The perspective looked all odd, and so I didn't want to spend any more time on it, but I wanted to
Well, let me reiterate, because your perspectives, you're spot on. And what you're really trying to do is do finite small detail in a large scale, and it just doesn't work. If you were to take that building, that area right there with the seating you're talking about, you could pull it off. But with that, when you pull back, it's just going to be hard to do. But your perspective, the 1 point perspective, what you're doing is brilliant. And I really want to give you kudos for it. And I like the layouts. It's kind of brings me along to my next challenge. With layouts as maps. What I'd love to do is maybe next week find a way to do a map of what the world actually looks like, where our waterways are at, where the lakes are at, and where our land masses are at, and sort of stuff like that, which is a bigger scale. But I'm really proud of you, Wolf. Like every day you're just growing so much better.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
So
send me $5.
So I was thinking it'd be split here. This would be the royalty and the best seating. That's where they could be, and better seats, maybe actual nice chairs and stuff. And this is more like rows, and this is just where the wealthy would come, and there'd be a awning over this for shade, and there I wanted to build, and I mean draw little tunnels and pathways, so it's like they would get on it through walking on the wall. They would go down some steps and into a little hall and then come out. But when I tried to do that, like I was trying to draw the benches things here, but that's when the perspective was really getting out of whack. So I was doing something wrong, so I had to move on. So I just left it. And this is people scale. Let's see. I'm trying to back up or zoom out. I mean, it's taking forever. Huh. It may never want to. Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
I don't think it wants to do anything. Wait, hold on. Oh, here we go. You can see right here. Can you see this?
Yes.
I took one of the coloring of your image plane and was thinking that's about the scale. This is like the kid scale anyway.
That's pretty damn cool, dude.
So, yeah, okay. And what, this, I'm going to make arches and stuff. I'm going to make I just want to make a lot more detail for all this stuff. This is actually kind of, it's funny because I have to kind of zoom in a lot of times to work on it, and it's really easy to lose perspective, especially when you start back here. It looks so tall, and then you go over here and it matches up. You go, oh, that's not as tall as I thought, but I would have liked this to have been a little taller. But so I was thinking, I don't know exactly how the mages thing work. If it is to where different mages are part of different either maybe element disciplines or something. But then I was thinking that they could all have their own building, and this could be right here could be a neutral. I was pointing with my hand, but this could be a neutral building.
It's hard, isn't it? You point to the screen. You point to the screen because you think everyone can see it.
Right. Yeah. But well, at least I knew what I was talking about that way.
Let me stop here real quick right here because we got some more people we need to show. But I see the 1, 2, 3, 4. The buildings that you have there is such a great read, and that's what's really important for everyone as a concept artist, and for our guys and gals who draw or build in 3D. You did a great job. I love how your thought process is all like figuring all this out. And what I'd love to see is art notes. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, can I just add a couple of more things? I was just thinking that there'd be over here. There'd be kind of like a bazaar of like food things, like things that were built up for the festivals. Things being sold. There could be dancers and all kinds of different things, and then. I
like the dancers. Steve, you down for that? Do we have to tip them?
Yeah, I'm down for some dancers. I like dancers.
And then back here,
there's your G-string, and then you can tip them.
All right. I have quarters.
Back here, there'd be more like buildings for things more like maybe they might not have blacksmiths, but things like that, things that are more need actual buildings for, and then this way towards the camera there'd be public buildings with lots of fountains and things like schools, libraries, and council chambers and all that stuff. So there you go.
All right, our team, we have 3 minutes at most to discuss. What do you think?
I like the building being stacked that way.
I like it stacked too. Go ahead, Steve.
When I pull up my stuff, I think you'll see a way to deal with the tiny detail in huge perspective like that, Wolf. Derek's right. When you're doing a really huge perspective like that and then you try and bring in really small detail, it's very difficult to pull off. You're about to see a trick to get around that.
So with that said, Mr. Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants.
This is kind of part of the inspiration that I've...
It's nice.
Building.
Yeah.
So I want to make a lot. I want to make this have a lot of detail to make, to make up for the lack of. I mean, in my vision, that they're not really building with stones, like individual stones. They're growing stones. So in order to make it cool, it has to have a lot of, intricate details and stuff. But what does Ray think about this?
Well, what you have here is closest to what I was sort of imagining in terms of the space where they actually do the ceremony. And I don't have a problem with clean line monumental scale on the official buildings. Again, if you think about it, I mean, it doesn't have to be the intricacy of Angkor Wat. You could have the kind of lines that they have in the pyramids, or the kind of lines in the imperial palaces in China, which you already have there. And I love that. And yes, in the story you had a match for air, one for fire, one for water, and I'm coming up with something, firmament or ground, because you say earth, and then you get into the, it's not earth, it's aletheia, right? But we'll deal with that a different way. But I don't necessarily see a need for a whole lot of ornamentation. I like the idea of some statues and maybe some bas-relief friezes, but they don't have to cover every square inch of the building.
Yeah.
I love the structure. I mean, it just, and again, where you're talking about having some markets over to the right and more commercial kinds of things, maybe not quite so monumental and maybe not quite so impressive materials. I love the basic idea you have here.
Great, cool. Yeah, then this would make sense. I was thinking that this would be kind of a place that was neutral for all the different mage groups, and that the stones could be stored in here, so they could bring them out, so that it would be kind of a functional building for that. Plus they could have places where they could meet and kind of diplomatic things type stuff. Anyway.
All right, moving on. What I want to do is talk to Mr. Steve, take Mr. Steve's screen. Mr. Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants, can you do that, please?
Oh, sorry, what?
That's you, yeah.
See, every single
why
class
don't you know that's your name?
I have to relearn my name and when to respond to it.
Every week.
Every
Mr.
week.
Nelson has a different name, and it's just, whatever, I come up with a win. So, Mr. Nelson, Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants, can you take Mr. Steve Curtis's screen, please?
Yep.
All right,
Nice.
got me.
Ooh.
This is down and dirty, just 40 minutes before class or so, because I'm always the last
You bastard.
work.
This is 40 minutes work.
I
Yeah.
think Steve's a bastard. Raise your hands. I'm raising my hands, both of them.
But Wolf, you can see, I'm showing a big overview on that epic perspective you're working with, and then just cutting in an entirely different panel to tighten up.
Oh, like a comic strip.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Great idea.
That could be a good way for you to get around that. My quick thought was I tried to take some elements from Mediterranean-style stuff like the Colosseum, and then a lot of Mediterranean-style architecture where the buildings are kind of windy and compact and touching with lots of little alleyways and stuff, and then just throw in some larger, more futuristic elements to say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years have gone by or whatever. Things are not the same as they were back when they were showing them how to do it on Earth anymore. So that was basically where I came down to, the big waterfall coming off the pool. I really like Donald's idea, if that were to come up out of this huge lake that has that has the seating all around it.
But remember, people are going to be shoulder to shoulder right around the ring, because the guy's not going to stand up in your amphitheater and lob a stone all the way to the center of that lake.
No, but the entire town's also not going to be in a 12 square percent. I mean, they can all filter out onto that area.
Okay.
And particularly if we take like Donald's idea, or if we take Wolf's and Donald's idea and make this large square that comes up out of and connects to the amphitheater, I think that is a really neat touch with their ideas. But yeah, that's what I got done. So.
And you know, we're thinking about the comic strip right now, but for the game, that there's going to be a lot of different cities. So there's despite what we end up using for the comic strip, we can still use a lot of these ideas for different cities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We wouldn't want them to be the same everywhere. You would want to give different looks.
Oh, yeah. And further down, you know, I'm assuming that the comic story will continue, and she's going to go different places on the planet. So, you know, we'll want a lot of variety.
I personally want to see her in a pair of hot pants on a disco floor. That's just
So, Steve, what is this? There's these glowing lines around everything, which they look awesome, but I was just wondering what the thought process about them.
Because it looked cool. That was
It really does.
No.
Nah.
Tell the real reason, Steve.
It was just I wanted to pull in some futuristic elements. Maybe it's crystal work that glows and provides lighting. Maybe it's part of the power structure. I just kind of wanted to give it a feeling between very ancient architecture and yet some very modern technology.
Mixed in with the alien look.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you've accomplished that. I think.
Yes.
Well done. All right, this is the part of the session where we need to come up with next week's assignments.
Derek?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want, I wasn't there last week, but I kind of got the gist of what you had to prepare for this week. So I got one I prepared in advance, I think 2 hours before class, and right now while doodling and listening to you guys.
Can we take her screen, Mr. Shaka Khan Dirty Pants?
Yes, was that Eve?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
You just say yes, ma'am, to me.
I did. I'm so sorry. But you do have pretty lips and hair.
So that's
Just saying.
what I've been
Wait a
doing.
minute. Hold the boat. Who hates Eve? Steve?
Oh, I hate me so much right now.
Wait till you see the other one, but
The other
How
one?
long did this take you to do? How long did
Oh, wait, Steve, spread your legs. Let me kick you in the balls twice now, okay?
Eve, how long did this take you to do?
this I did over the course of the session. So basically, when we
Last
started
I'm not
recording,
worthy. I'm so not worthy.
and the perspective is all wonky and stuff, so it's just really rough around the edges. But yeah, I tried to incorporate kind of this Mediterranean idea with those spires that we had some weeks ago, with those kind of maybe houses that are in those kind of spires. And because you said that basically they kind of live in the poorer part of town, that, well, the town square wouldn't be so big, so pompous and extravagant, that they basically maybe have a kind of altar or something in the middle of the market square, where they could meet basically those shadows, or the adults, and in the middle there would be a group of children that are coming of age to get their crystal. as try to incorporate some of the ideas we had before. And one I did for you guys when you wanted the environment stuff done, basically here with this kind of Greek Angora, is it? Agora, a marketplace like with big trees and stuff like that. And that was basically the one I did, but I've been working from a photograph.
Crap on the cracker.
It's some Greece architecture. I remodeled some stuff of it, but yeah,
Steve, you
I
will be
found
sending money to her so she can come to North Carolina or wherever, Tennessee, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
That was really pretty.
I'm kicking my wife out of our room, so you can move in, Eve, so you can do nothing but draw, okay?
Like you said, this is it looks impressive. It's not that technically that impressive.
Baby girl, stop. Stop it. It is very impressive. The ends justify the means, okay? Magicians do not say, hey, look, there's a rabbit up my butt, okay? They don't say that. So don't give your tips and tricks with just yet. It is
So that's how they do it.
They do.
It looks impressive, therefore it is impressive.
Exactly. Well done.
So yeah, I don't know if you want to kind of use it. I last minute incorporated the idea of this kind of stacking building, like you have here, kind of the ground floor sticking a bit out, having those kind of red, typically Italian or Mediterranean red tiles, and above that kind of those spire-like buildings growing out.
I really like that. I really like that built together like that.
Indeed. All right. Let's pause for a moment and see if there's any questions or comments from anybody in the audience. Mr. Nelson, Mr. Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants. Do you got anybody?
Not that I see. I don't see any hands and I don't see any questions.
Derek,
Yes, sir.
can I show my screen?
Please do. Yes. Mr. Shaka Khan.
Was that Miguel?
Shaka Khan. See. Shaka Khan. Let me write you, Shaka Khan.
I just wanted to show the thing I was supposed to show a week ago
Okay.
about the armor.
I like that armor. Very interesting. So what would the material be made out of?
Wait, my computer, I think, just went crazy.
I thought it was
see it
something
pretty
cool
well.
that I couldn't do. Yeah, we can still see it. So what would the material be made of?
Well, I can't see anything, but well, I was thinking.
Poor guy. Nelson, you screwed up his computer. What's up with that?
I apologize.
I love Nelson.
It's good armor.
Well, I was thinking of something like medieval, but an armor that wouldn't be so big, so it would be more like very close to your body.
Yeah, it's looking really good. Now I just see black, but
Yeah, I'm like, what?
I don't see anything. Okay.
All right. So, Miguel, very good. And when your computer sorted out, I want to see more.
Yeah, I have another two to show, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
Like I said, when you get sorted out, we'll definitely do it next week. What we need to do is come up with, first of all, I'm satisfied with a lot of the visions that we come up with. Chelsea, you still here, baby girl?
There we go.
There we go.
There we are.
Chelsea, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I just had to go turn on the air conditioning.
So what do you think of all this? Because, again, you and I will be leads for the comic book. What are your thoughts on all this?
Everything that we've looked at so far today,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm liking it.
So am I. Some really great ideas. I love this armor. I like that it's pieced together. Where do you go?
Yeah, the color is great too. I like the close fitting around the waist. That's cool, and all the different sections and different colors. That's awesome.
So do I. I'm
And
a
the
big
mask,
color.
the face. Look,
That's a very interesting mask.
What is this made out of? I missed it while I walked away to go get cool air.
Well, I don't know. I guess about some kind
You
of
can't
metal.
say that. You can't say that.
No, I was asking.
mix
I was
it up.
asking because when I was doodling earlier, when I was stuck babysitting, and I just had one like little sheet of paper and stuff, I was thinking about how the clothing would work and how our character for the comic, she's going to have sort of like a not normal clothing for when she goes and does her tests, and she'll need some sort of like an armor. I was thinking that because they have dragons on their planet, perhaps some of the stuff that they use to make armor is like a dragon scale or dragon skin stuff, and this looks very plated and hard, and it kind of makes me think of a dragon.
Well, honestly, I was thinking about iron when I was designing it. But
It's an
but
Iron
that's
Dragon.
okay.
Everyone's owner.
Okay. Okay.
great
See, Miguel, the
compliment.
next time somebody asks you, it goes something like this. Well, Chelsea, it's from the steel-like inner core of the Akatakatakati tree, which only grows in the southern continent. You just make it up, man.
You
Where
gotta be a
material
bullshit
you can
artist.
But,
All right, guys and gals, we're actually
then-
over time right now, and I like that too.
All right,
well,
so
that
next
was-
week.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I wanted to ask you something from last week because you wanted to kind of nail down what the heroine in the comic would look like.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know if I messaged you, I think, on Facebook, but I never got a response to that because Ray said the father of the heroine is kind of was working with metals or something like that, and is kind of poor. And it's the environment should have been kind of Mediterranean, and yeah, I wanted to know if we're still going with those different ear types, or if that's off the table, because you kind of said that Buzz liked it.
He did like it, and I think we should go with those ear types.
Because if we do, I had a thought while listening to the video that, for example, this red Elysian that I made, the fire type that kind of is from the volcanic area. If you go to Italy, Sicily in particular, you have volcanoes, and in Greece also, and there could be mining and stuff like that. So if you want to settle, for example, for a tribe for the heroine, in my opinion, those were kind of maybe the tribe to go for, especially when I did those kind of cloth bras and those kind of skirts. I was actually looking at Xena and Hercules, the TV series, for old style Greece kind of clothing, and I think it's just would go well with the Mediterranean vibe that Ray was talking about, that he wanted for the home village or the area where the heroine comes from.
All right, here's the dealio then, because I love Miguel's work, and I hear where you're coming from. Next week when we come back, and this is slightly over the top, but it is a very good exercise. I want all art team to come up with a evening wear, a day-to-day wear, and then a combat wear for a woman, an Elysian, a middle-aged athletic woman. And let's see what we come up with. Because this also helps populate our stores in the future of what dresses or gear you can buy, you can switch out and stuff. So I'm anxious to see that, and hopefully this will help Chelsea and myself see what garb they'll be wearing inside the squares. Mr. Steve, do you have any other ideas?
No, sounds good to me. For my guys, just the ideas you're working on, try and flesh them out a little further, take some ideas from each other, and let's see what we come up with.
Miss Sid, do you have any ideas?
No, man, sounds good to me.
Besides getting me a beer when I get there.
So, should I focus on trying to do clothing or work on environment?
Environment.
Environment.
Okay. Now, should I continue with what I have here, or should I start trying to design other buildings?
I would flesh out what you have and take a page from what I did and maybe break down some other drawings that just show some smaller detail, like maybe some of the shop area or where the dancers are or something like that. And then very roughly show that in the large scale one that you have.
Would you say something about a shop?
I heard dancers.
Just take a page from what I did and roughly flesh out the big epic scene that you've got, and then show some smaller views of bits and pieces, like maybe where the dances are or some of the shops, or filling out like maybe some of the intricate detail on where the entrance to the mage thing is or something like that. Remember, you don't have to show it all. You just got to sell the idea.
Right. I might even just do that on another sheet where it just kind of zooms in, like just another paper.
They don't have to be put together like that. You can just go right down the line going, here's the overall, and then here's this and this and this. That's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Awesome. Let's open up for last minute questions, comments. Does anybody have anything?
I don't see.
Everybody did a phenomenal job this week.
Great job. Well done. Okay, remember next week we're going to come up with an evening dress, a combat dress, or outfit, or an everyday wear of what the Elysian woman would look like. And for the grand prize game and the $100 crisp new bill. Does anybody know where I got that from?
No.
No.
You guys are from Chicago. It's the Bozo Grand Prize game. You guys all suck and I'm way too old. All right. So if you want to go over the top, let's do a male version with a combat wear, evening wear, and sort of everyday look as well. Because with all the artists that we have, we should come up with several different looks that we can combine and can move around, kind of like a paper doll effect. Any last comments from the art team?
Doesn't look like it.
I guess not.
Okay. Well, with that, guys and gals, thank you very much for moving right along. And there's so much more crap that I wanted to do tonight, but it kind of took a life on its own, and I'm so not going to stop that. Sid, well done. I'm proud of you. Chelsea, you got your work cut out for you, Mama. You need to produce.
Stop that.
You need to,
Stop
you
that.
do.
Stop.
You do. You do. You do.
Stop
I love
talking
and respect
about
you, and I will
Stop.
slap you with a herring and give you a shrubbery if I need to, okay? Steve,
Stop
love and
yourself.
respect you, buddy. Wolf Knightley, Mr. Ray, awesome job. Everybody involved here. And to my cohort, my handler, Mr. Nelson, Shaka Khan, Dirty Pants, thank you for being here tonight with me. So we will see you guys, same bat time, same bat channel. Keep your feet on the ground and your ankles slightly above you. Donald, love you, buddy. Thank you very much, and we're out.